What is up, everybody, and welcome to the Sanctuary of Satisfaction for this week's episode of It's Not Just Life Changing, It's Also Lunch Changing. If you're not looking to have your eggs fertilized after a quickie, stick around because I'm going to show you my ham and cheesy fried egg sandwich. TD, Steve's from Barbecue. As always, thanks for joining, everybody. I got my Blackstone E-Series here, and I'm going to tell you first off, right out of the gate, if you're looking for an electric griddle or you're looking for a griddle for your house, this is the one right here. I bought this a couple years ago, and I use this for breakfast almost every single day. My kids use it. I use it. It is fantastic. The Blackstone E-Series, fantastic. So today is going to be a quickie, not a normal show, not a normal hour-long show. We're probably going to be right around the 15-minute to 20-minute mark. Only reason is had a little bit of writer's block yesterday. Could not come up with the recipe for my lunch today, so I decided to postpone my breakfast until after lunch. So today I'm going to show you guys my ham and cheesy fried egg sandwich. Couple different variations, very simple, very easy to create, very easy to duplicate, and I guarantee you, if you like fried eggs, this is going to be your favorite type of sandwich. So anyways, while we're here, Robbie, my dude, what's up, man?
What's going on? How's your day?
It's going, man. It's going. It's going to be quick today. It's going to be a quick one today. I had a meeting come up, and going to have to get to that meeting this afternoon. But not the reason why it's going to be quick, but just drawing a blank, man. Just drawing a blank, dude. You ever have those days?
Oh yeah.
What it is, you can't do shit. Like you can't think of it. You can't be creative. Like yesterday was one of those days. So what I did is I just wrote down my recipe for my fried egg sandwich. You like fried eggs?
I love fried eggs.
Yeah, that's how I like my eggs. Fried eggs, got to have that nice crispy brown edge around it. And the yolk still got to be runny, right?
Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
All
right, so what I'm going to do, what's that?
I don't want any damn hard yolk.
Yeah, right. And you know what? Sometimes it happens. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is I like to take a stick of butter. And now this is going to be something, you want to switch over to that other camera real quick? Let's line this up. Get it right where we want. So my griddle is sitting at 300. My griddle is sitting at 325 degrees. One of my rules is if you're cooking eggs, 325 is the max. Do not go higher than 325. 325 for your eggs because you're going to burn whatever you're cooking in it. Whatever you're cooking the eggs in, plus the egg itself. So I say at 325, and that's one of the reasons why I love this Blackstone E-Series. And I like to take my butter, and I like to make a nice big square right in the middle. Now, don't worry if you're using a skillet or a on your stovetop. This is fantastic. Now, this is probably about 2 tablespoons of butter that I have put on here. I'm going to put this back in the fridge so it doesn't melt anymore. I'm going to grab my egg. All right. So first way, like I said, this one is going to be a very quick one today. And one thing that I like to do is, are you guys, Robbie, like answer me this question, and we can ask the people in the chat too. What kind of bread? Is there a certain kind of bread that you like to use for breakfast or for a sandwich? Because mine is brioche.
So you're a brioche guy. Me, I like sourdough. Sometimes I like rye.
I got you. Not a bad idea. Not a bad one. I do like sourdough and I do like rye. But this is raw toast. You see this? This is raw toast. All right. So what I do with the raw toast is I put it in the butter. Then I flip it over and I put it in the butter on the other side. Same thing with my other one here, in the butter, flip it in the butter. Now, the probably one of the coolest parts of this griddle is where the toast is right now. All right. So next what I'm going to do is I got my egg here. And this is probably one of the last ones I have left because we did sacrifice that chicken the other day. for the Braves to win, and it didn't matter. Oh, so you can't see me, but it didn't matter. So I got a chicken egg here, and I did just watch Me, Myself, and Irene. Have you remember that movie, Robbie? Me, Myself, and Irene, where he asked him what the diameter of a chicken egg is because he's gonna stick it up that dude's ass.
Yep.
God, that's like one of the best ones. And then he tells him it in centimeters, and then he's like, no, not in centimeters, in inches, dumbass. Yeah, so pretty good. Anyways, I got my butter here. My butter is starting to is warm and it's starting to kind of turn a little bit, which is right where we want. So I'm gonna crack my egg, and now these are farm fresh eggs. They do not always come out the way that we all want them to, but they still work fantastic. Now you see the little string here of junk from the egg. I'm gonna bring it and I'm gonna put it right back in here on the egg. Now I'm gonna take all my butter and I'm gonna pull it away and put it right next. You guys see all that butter? And I'm gonna put it right next to my egg all the way around. Then I'm gonna take the edges and I'm gonna make sure the edges are going to stay away from my egg. Now I'm gonna have enough butter that eventually my egg is going to start to float on my griddle here. All right. So we don't want to break the yolk, but now we see we're talking about. Now it just floated. See that? Now it's not stuck. Now there is butter underneath it. There is butter on top of it. There is butter everywhere. So now we got our toast soaking up butter right now. Yeah, nice and toasty. So I'm gonna go ahead and flip this side because we're starting to get some color on the toasty side. Damn, that is hot. All right, how do you guys like that? So you see that egg? How's that egg right there? Looking pretty good, right? So next thing I like to do is, and this is my Deli smoked ham. Sorry, I know I got this cover on the Blackstone grill here, and so I got my ham. So this is just some Deli style ham, and I'm gonna put it right back here in the butter. All right, and there's about 4 or 5 little slices there of my ham. Cheese is gonna be last, but next, here's what you're gonna do. Now you can see here that you're starting to get really warm inside where this egg is, but you can see the edges are starting to get brown. So I'm gonna take, of course, the spicy Carne Sutra. And if you're not putting spicy Carne Sutra or any of the Carne Sutras on your eggs, you are missing out. Tell them, Robbie.
They are missing out. We had breakfast for dinner last night.
Oh, nice. That's one of my favorites too. My family here loves that as well. Breakfast for dinner is always a great one. All right, so I'm gonna move that around, and I'm gonna move my egg kind of towards the top here where it's a little bit lower of a temperature because I don't want it to cook the yolk any more than it already has, but I'm gonna finish off everything else. So all your butter, everything that you got on the griddle, scrape it to the egg. So we're low and slow. I'm gonna flip it again. And now I like to flip my bread or my raw toast multiple times and get that toast on it. So that way, what happens is it's going to soak up all that excess butter that is also in there. All right. Any excess butter on the griddle itself, you can see what I'm talking about. You get a nice light toast, and then we're gonna get it darker again as we move forward. So we got our egg going. It's gonna be great. Our ham is getting hot. Putting the ham right in the middle there. And now, one of my favorite cheeses to use in grilled cheeses or pretty much anything melting, any kind of sandwich. I love Munster cheese. All right, Munster cheese slices. They are great. They're fantastic. This is what you want. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it right over the top of my egg. What this is going to do is this is going to help keep my yolk from popping. Makes sense? Makes sense because it works every time. Works every single time. All right. Now we're going to flip this ham over. We got some nice little bit of char on the ham. You can take each individual slice and move it if you want, but I'm not really going to be too much into that. We're just going to keep them going. All right. Like I said, it's going to be quick, going to be easy. Man, a college student can knock this one out. All right. And I say college student because that's whenever I started cooking a lot was in college because I needed to eat. So, and one thing too. So I don't know about you. Does your kids at your house cook, Robbie? Your kids cook?
Yeah, they take turns. Normally one per night will help out in the kitchen.
Nice.
Sometimes two of them will team up.
Sometimes two of them team up and they'll cook dinner for everyone.
They help their mom or myself. So.
Oh, okay. So they're sous chefing.
They're sous chefing it up.
Prep kitchen, right? Prepping it up. All right. So I got one more piece of cheese, and it's already melted on the egg. So I'm going to take my cheese and I'm going to put it on my toast. Let me move it over to this side because this one's a little bit more. This toast is a little bit more done. It's not as raw. You got to catch the raw toast thing. Go ahead. Hate on the raw toast thing. I don't care. It's just funny, man. I heard that one time and I'm like, oh, I am never going to call it bread again. All right. So now I got all my cheese. My cheese is starting to skirt around my egg. And that's what we want. We want that skirt so we can pick it up, all that grease, all that butter, all that deliciousness. Can you see that egg right there, how it's being coated on the outside with that cheese?
I'm looking at that brown crisp forming around
right
the edge.
on the outside, that little skirt. All right, so here's my ham. My ham is going to be hot enough that I'm going to put it on top of this cheese on the bread. Or on this toast now, because it's not raw toast anymore. It's just toast. All right, so let's scrape this up, and I'm gonna pick this egg up. I'm gonna move this piece over here, and this piece over here, because I'm gonna put that egg right on top of this ham. So this is where you start having to get really tricky and really creative, because now your egg is coated in all of that delicious cheese. Look at that. Boom. Right on the top. Like a glove, right? Speaking of Jim Carrey, like a glove. Right? That works.
That does work right
Yeah,
there.
I hadn't seen Me, Myself, and Irene in years, man, and I had to watch it the other night. And God, that movie is so funny. Another one of those movies that I don't think could ever have been made at any other time other than when it was made. All right, so let's get our toast here. And like I said, we are getting some nice color on our toast here. You can see that one's a little light, but this one's also getting a little darker here. So let's just keep it going for a minute. And I'm going to go ahead. This one, oh, look at that chef bonus. When I say chef bonus on this, fried cheese. That is the cheese skirt, that salty cheese skirt that you can get right there. And it's the Munster cheese. It is the best. So all the excess butter, everything, going to run right through the back on here. Let me grab my plate. That tasted like that little chef bonus there was like, man, it was like a Cheez-It to the extreme. How's this sandwich looking right here? So you see that fried egg on top of that? Look at this. There you go. How's that looking? Pretty good. You can still see the egg is still going to have some runniness to it. Probably got it a little bit longer, but that's okay. That's how we roll. Look at that toast. We got a perfect toast on all of our bread. I'm going to turn this off. Let this sit for just a moment here. Let my bread and everything stick to it. Look at that. Oops, sorry, man. Yeah, it's just kind of difficult because the camera's on this side, way over here, and I try to center it here, and you can't. There's nothing there, so you got to move it over to the side.
A little different setup today.
Yeah, a little different setup. It's backwards, but that's all right. So one thing, too, I got to grab this because this is one thing that I just cannot, no matter what, go without when I have my sandwich. All right, my breakfast sandwich. So again, brioche bread. If it's this type of bread, we've been over this, right? If it's this type of bread, you're going to cut it directly in half, not diagonal or the other way. So we're going to take this. I'm going to cut it directly in half, just so that way I can spill out some of my egg yolk. Uh-oh, I got it a little too done. That's all right. It's okay. It works. But anyways, the trick for this one right here is you squeeze out the yolk, which, like I said, I got it a little hotter. It's been a few days since I made this, okay? Been a few days. And besides, those farm fresh eggs are a pain in the ass every day because they are never the same. I swear on my life, never the same. Whether they come from the same chicken or not, they're never the same. So I got a buddy that makes a hot sauce here, and I buy this hot sauce from him. It is similar to like a Valentina, is what I think it is. You know what Valentina hot sauce, Robbie?
No, I do not have any idea.
Okay, so Valentina hot sauce is it's a hot sauce a lot of people like around here like to pour it over the pork rinds with lemon, stuff like that. It's not quite a Tabasco, but it's going to be a little bit more of an earthy taste of. Anyways, that's what my buddy makes here. Is he makes a nice hot sauce for that. And what I like to do is whenever I have my egg yolk bust, I mix it with the hot sauce, and then you get your full-on dip. So, I mean, you can see I was just a little over on that egg, just a little overcooked, but that's all right. Not worried about it because I'm going to eat this. I've eaten this about 3 million times, and I'm not worried about it at all. So we're going to take it. We're going to dip it all in that delicious hot sauce. Put it up there. Look at that hot sauce. That's how you do it.
When you dip, we dip.
Yeah, when you dip, we dip. When I dip, you dip. All right, everybody. Now what we do is we take this. This thing is nuclear hot. I could feel it in my hand. Got bread. So like I said, we start out with 2 tablespoons of butter. And my toast has soaked up pretty much all the bread, and the rest of it went into the egg and into the cheese. So anyways, let's put some TDs in our face. Oh, well. You can't go wrong.
This is the Sunday where we have no show, right?
This Sunday, yes. This Sunday, no show. Got to take the day off. But we will be back hopefully next Wednesday.
So all you fathers out there, have a great Father's Day. You mothers who don't have a dad there, have a great Father's Day also.
Yeah. Everybody have a great Father's Day weekend. I know I was live on Mother's Day, but not Father's Day. My dad, and you know what? I got to bring this up real quick. I saw this just a few minutes ago. Today, 10 years ago today, June 12th, 2014, my pops rang the bell at MD Anderson. He has been cancer-free for 10 years today.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. So, which is a pretty awesome deal, considering some of the family things that we've had in the past few weeks. But kudos to my pops out there fighting cancer, still going. 10 years. My dad has had cancer 2 different times. He had thyroid cancer, and then he had esophageal cancer. So he has been 10 years cancer-free, so that's good. Some people, not quite as fortunate. But you know what? Let's put those people in our hearts and send them love, especially this weekend with Father's Day coming around. They're a father figure in your life. Make sure that you're spending that time and you're showing them how much you care. All right. Well, anyways, everybody, I'm going to finish up my my late brunch, my really late brunch here. Look at that, dude. Tell me, Robbie, is that not good, dude?
That is good right there.
This is going to be your favorite breakfast sandwich every day, and I promise you can eat this sandwich every day. Change out the spicy Carne Sutra for regular Carne Sutra, zesty tacos, smoked chili salt, whatever you want to put on your eggs. Every one of my products is fantastic on your eggs because I pretty much use them on every single thing that I eat.
And they don't have to be farm fresh eggs. Just put it on your eggs.
Right. Unless you, if you have a chicken that you're willing to sacrifice, you ain't gonna get eggs. No more.
So next Wednesday, we will be back. We'll be talking some baseball smack. We didn't do any baseball talk today because both of our teams are sucking. So
yeah, well, there's no game on right now.
No, but hey, that's probably better.
Right. So the other thing I want to say too is I did get a call from a person yesterday, and he did inform me that I should be able to pick up my Chevelle Monday or Tuesday.
Oh, I didn't know your Chevelle was gone again.
It's been in the performance shop for 2 months.
You bring it home, you get teased with it, and then you send it away.
Right. Man, they're building the cold air intake and everything for it. Putting on the dyno, getting it tuned. So fucking ready, man.
Nice.
Let's go. I'm ready to put my foot in that fucking gas, dude. Wow, that was hot. Anyways. Even the cover on your Blackstone gets hot after a while. But anyways, I'm TD. It's TD's Grill and Barbecue. Robbie, go ahead and close us out, man.